Hello again. Welcome to another episode of Purpose Driven, where I drive with a purpose. So I asked the question, what is purpose? And then the follow-up question being, why is it so important for one's life? Now, if you want to look it up on Google yourself, you can go ahead and do that, but I'm going to abbreviate it in my own words. So pretty much, purpose relating to human life or people is a reason for being, the reason you are here, the thing or things you were put here to do naturally and socially, or based on, society. You can divide it however your life desires. Like if you're a man, you make it so what is the purpose of a man? If you're a woman, you make it so what is the purpose of the woman? The purpose of both the man and the woman, it was very much etched in stone. It's in very historical texts, throughout time, Bible, Quran, etc., where the man, he is the leader, the provider. He protects the family with his own life. He helps birth the children with the women he has, or his wife, or wives. Let's just be real, you got to put the plural in there. And the wife, she is the support. She is the one that, while the father is out doing the stuff he has to do for the family, she stays and protects the children. She watches after the children. She guides and teaches the children. Both can be innovators. And when I say innovators, I mean both can think of ideas, both can come up with concepts, both can, invent. But the man, in my eyes, is the doer. He wants to do. As a man, I will say this, I have a natural desire to just do stuff. And I don't mean just random stuff. I mean like stuff with a purpose. Like, okay, I'm doing this because this. Like I said, I like to learn. So if I like to learn, I'll go out and read a book or watch some informational videos or channels. I was, as a kid, the channels I watched growing up, by far the most, were National Geographic, Discovery Channel, the Science Channel, Sci-Fi, and the Sci-Fi Channel, informational stuff. I mean, shoot, I might even here and there maybe a little bit of BBC and because they would have some documentaries and stuff. I'm telling you, I was a different kid. Where everybody else was watching cartoons, I'm watching lions and hyenas go at it and learning about nature and like that's just how I was as a kid. I wanted to just learn stuff. In contrast to that, I also wanted to do stuff. I used to take my toys. I wonder how this works. I'd take it apart, look at all the little pieces, then put it all back together. Now I know how that toy works. And then from that, if something ever went wrong with the toy, I'm like, oh, it must be this piece that I remember when I took it apart and I learned how it worked. And I could actually fix my own toys. I would open them up, do whatever needed to be done, fix it or whatever, and put it back together. Now, of course, me being a kid, it wasn't always, it didn't always fit back together. But I would do it because I had a natural want or desire to do it. I couldn't just have something and not want to know how it works. That's just how I was. If I have something like even today, people just use your cell phone. You just use your computer. You just use all this technology we have, and it can be frustrating because I know I might never know everything, but I want to know how it all works. But it's like I can't do too much at once, when your brain's in all these different places. So I have to focus on what I'm doing focus on what my current purpose is to get the current outcome, and then maybe I'll be able to branch off into different things once I figure it out. When it comes to purpose, we have a natural purpose, and to be honest, if it wasn't for society, it makes it so easy, so much easier to live, to where people have options that they normally probably wouldn't have. A lot of the jobs today, especially like in the tech field and stuff, technology is now relevant to where these jobs, which was predicted back in the day, where these jobs are. I forgot what the name of the book, but there is a book, and it comes up with the concept where when someone has too many options, they pretty much don't make a decision. Like, people would think, oh, if you have a lot of options, you go with the best option. Well, that's true to a certain extent, but there is a psychological, I don't know if it could be like some of those psychological factors where, okay, maybe 5 options is a lot to some people, but if five options is a lot for you, then that means, what if you had 100 options? Or if 100 options is a lot for you, well, what if you had 1,000, or and so on and so forth. So when you have a situation like that, when someone has too many options, they tend to get flustered. And there's that, some people refer to it as like analysis paralysis. It's actually, if you're in UI design and everything, where you don't give the customer too many options, because they kind of like get stuck in that like, I can't pick, I don't know which one to choose kind of phase. It's true, throughout a lot of things, which brings a lot of truth to it, because it is very relevant. There is scientific, there is science backing this concept. So in society, there's so many options where, people, it's that analysis paralysis. They don't know how to make up their mind. And to a certain extent, they kind of forego what is their natural purpose, which is, to be honest, survival. But survival meant food. Food is something that, is readily available. It's actually abundant for us. And, actually the problem today is too much food. That's supposed to be the basic thing of survival. Now, I was watching a video. I was watching this clip where this guy, I forgot exactly where they were, but they were an indigenous tribe, and he asked them a simple question. He's like, "What is the purpose of life?" And this man, he just said, "Meat." And some of y'all might have seen that video, but I was like, "Hey, you know what?" He's like to him, that was true, because all he was focused on is how I'm gonna eat. I need food, I need meat, I need to get out here, get this food for my family, for myself, so we can continue on to the next day. And then the next day, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go out here, hunt, do, if I know how to do it, set traps, whatever I need to do to get this meat, to get this food. Because I think in the area he was, their diet was meat, and of course mixed diet, some meat, berries, all that other things. But he was like, hey, the meaning of life to me is meat. What is the most important thing in life? Or I think he might have asked him what the most important thing in life, and he was like, meat. So getting meat was his purpose for the majority of his life, because he had to. Because he didn't have all these different options. He didn't have to worry about doing a job where he's working on a 3,000-pound metal missile on wheels, we call a car. He didn't have to worry about, this superhuman technological computing machine we all call our cell phones or PCs, that connects us literally to the entire world. All he was focused on was that plot of land him and his family was on, and how they gonna eat and get to the next day. It was simple. It was very simple. And in business, if you're in business, how to, a lot of the things you learn when it comes to marketing and stuff is to make it somewhat simple for the customer to pick the product you're trying to give to them. You don't want to give them too many options. But in society today, there's too many options, and that knocks people off their purpose. It's like a wheel spinning in sand, or it's not going nowhere. There's no progress being made. You kind of need that steady foundation where there's constant progress. But in order to have that steady foundation where there's constant progress, you need to make it simple. And some people look at simple as being bad. I'm just like, no, that's not. Like right now, I'm getting, just got my marriage license. Me and my lady, we're finally about to lock everything up, make it final, make it legal, make it legit. And this past year, I've been simplifying my life. Her too. And it has been, my God, it's much more different because we're already aligned in our career paths on where we're going. There's no more of that college blah. We have it to where, okay, I'm on this path. This is the plan for the next 5 to 10 years. This is what I'm doing. I'm focused on that. Now, I'm still open to opportunities. I still got, my peer views, are still flapping out here and there every now and then. But I'm right now, I am on the path to where I need to be going. Her too. And because of that, we don't have all these different options out here where we're like, oh, I might want to do this. No, we already know what we're doing. And because of that, our life has been simplified. But the thing is, if you're one of those individuals where you're still young, you're still 20, 18, 19, just getting into college, and you're trying to find your purpose, you're trying to find your path, you're trying to find that direction that you're trying to head in, you're going to have to ask yourself, because unfortunately in society, people tend to people don't want to limit you, where it's like you might ask your parents, hey, I'm kind of lost, I want to know, what I should be doing. And unfortunately, with fathers today, even if we know, hey, if you want to be a wife, you need to do this, and we know that, but there is a lot of pressure on fathers today to don't limit your daughters, don't make it so your boys are only this way and your daughters are only this way. You want to leave the options open, you make it so your daughter can be this and your son can be that, but so it's like there's a lot of pressure to where, okay, you want to be politically correct, so you don't want to tell your daughter, hey, if you want to be a wife, that's the best option for you, and if you want to do that, you're going to have to learn how to do this. College isn't technically necessary for that. You could still go to college, but if you're going to go to college, your goal will be to find a decent man if you want to build with a man. And when I say build with a man, I don't mean we're both doing our own thing, I got a job, you got, no, I'm talking about you go to college, you get a complimentary degree, because if you're one of those people where you don't want to work, but unfortunately we're in a society where incomes aren't as high as they should be, so complimentary income is ideal. So you will most likely have to work, but you can choose a career path where you can work from home, where it's simplified, or you have a certain skill where, say, you're good with numbers, you're good with accounting. Well, go for accounting, go for finance, and you can do that from home. You can manage the family finances. You can, if your husband starts a business, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how I'm going to raise my daughter. It's like, okay, hey, what do you do? Would you like to have a family? Do you want to get out there and work? You would have to sit, I'm going to sit my daughter down when she's older, and I'm going to let her know, hey, which outcome would you like? And I'll let her know, don't let the outside world influence you. This is on you. What's the outcome you would like? And then I will let her know, okay, and these are the potential consequences. If you choose to get out there and work and waste your younger years, the type of dude that you can get, which in the case if she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, would be the high earning guy, which would most likely be an older guy, you're not going to be ideal for him, because you're going to be set in your ways, doing this and that. So I'm going to let her know, hey, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, it would be best if you kept your debt and liabilities at a minimum, meaning, i.e. college. You don't need to be going for a master's degree unless you got a scholarship and some family money to pay for it. But you don't want to you want to make yourself as lucrative as possible to that man you're trying to get with. And I'm going to tell my daughter, hey, if you want to do that, you want to learn these skills at a young age. I'm going to teach her how to cook. I know how to cook. My wife knows how to cook. I'm going to teach her how to cook. I'm going to teach her how to clean. I'm going to teach her how to serve her, man. I'm going to teach her how to not believe in this buffoonery out here. And when she hears some buffoonery from females, how to move a certain way so she's not instantly ousted. Because let's just be real, women can be savages. You know, you have that one girl, and look what they do. Like to the women that actually want to pursue their purpose, which they actually want to get with the man and cooperate and submit to their husband. Look what happens to them. They're ousted by the group of females, which is like death to most women, because let's be real, women are the social of the bunch. They call them names, they call them pick-me's and all this stuff. You see what I'm saying? The buffoonery of society today, where they are pretty much forcing these women to align with what they want, when her real purpose is she wants to get with the man. So I'm going to teach my daughter how to move in society so that doesn't happen, and find her purpose wherever it might be, because I don't know yet. She's still young. And that's how I'm going to move my daughter. I'm going to do the same thing with my son. But with my son, it's more so set in stone. For a man, let's just be real. If you want to be a stay-at-home husband, I mean, good luck. But let's just be real. If it's one thing, society ain't easy on men. Like, we let you know, hey, you need to be productive. You need to get out here and do. Otherwise, you're on your own. That's true. So, till next time.